Hey, why does it feel like women are expected to be superheroes? I mean, every aspect of their lives: career queens, perfect mothers, supportive partners, and somehow still have time for self care. Are we carrying too much weight? And most importantly, who put these weights on our fucking shoulders? Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to Thought Provoking Talk with Crystal, and this is the Hello Vibes Meet Elevation podcast, where we speak of empowerment, raising vibrations, and every now and then provoke a little thought to get us talking. Okay, this is your girl, Crystal Jackson, and this is where we uncover the unspoken truths that shape our lives and reclaim the power to rewrite our story. Yeah, let's be real. Women are often celebrated for their ability to juggle it all. Y'all know that. I mean, but when did this juggling act become the norm? Whew, baby. Society seems to measure a woman's worth by how much she can carry without fucking breaking. Now, whether it's climbing the corporate ladder, raising children, or just keeping everything afloat, the expectations, they can feel endless. But here's my question: are these fair expectations? Another question. Two, who benefits from them? Well, friends, today we are unpacking the weight of responsibility society places on women, and we are asking the big question: how do we put some of these weights down? Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging on them bags like that. That's why she said that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. We're gonna break it down with the dog pound today. And I hope everybody happy New Year, okay? And I am setting the intention, positive, powerful intention for you to raise your vibrations this year and for you to create the life that you deserve. And with that being said, guys, we're going to talk about the historical context. Like, for instance, where did these expectations come from? And we're going to dive into the history just a little bit of the traditional gender roles. Like in the 1950s, women were homemakers. In the 1980s, we added career women to the title real fast. I would like to meet that fought for that. Fast forward to today, and somehow we're expected to do both flawlessly and still be oh my goodness, baby here. Anyways, we want to explore the evolution of the norms of society that celebrate women multitasking, but really asking questions like, what toll does this take on you? But Lord forbid we don't meet up to their expectations. Then they'll talk about that. Okay. We're going to talk about the media, culture, family structure, and reinforcing these roles. All right. Oh, hold up. Uh-uh. So that's just the first part. Part two, we're going to talk about the modern day reality. We're going to discuss the challenges of balancing family, career, and self care, the burnout, and Crystal's perspective. Mm-hmm. Are y'all ready? Ready, set, go. Set, go. It's my grandson. I say I love my miss my grandson. All right, guys. So let's talk about it. Now, how many of y'all women is a regular everyday gesture, walking around juggling shit all day? Like, Lord forbid you drop an orange. Okay, it's over. That right there, the expectations. I'm man. I ain't gonna say my opinion yet. Let's just talk about it. Let's just see what they have to say. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna dive into dang, talking so fast. Let me slow down. We're gonna dive into some history, okay? That's the beat. That's the little music I got. Okay, so now over the years, y'all, we had as us women had roles that shifted dramatically. Like we were often expected to stay at home and manage the household duties. However, as women's access to education, career, social freedom expanded, so that the expectations way beyond the titles that they put on us. I mean, yeah, the titles they put on us. Um, in the recent decades, there's been an increase in glorification of women's ability to juggle multiple roles. It is said like with a certificate or a title, like from successful careers to raising children, maintaining a relationship, managing health. Multitasking has become synonymous with strength and efficiency. Um, but it's often painted like as a superpower that women should embrace. Yeah, she's strong. She's been. However, as we celebrate this ability, it's crucial, crucial to question the cost it takes on women's mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And you can see it all over the news now. I mean, I hate to say it, but mothers is unaliving their children and dropping them off. I mean, it's, you know, if you see a woman struggling, that woman struggling, man, take one of them bags off her back, maybe two or three. Carry it for a while and see how it feels. You kind of see it sometimes. You kind of see before a mental break comes. But, again, we're supposed to wear that strength shit like a badge of honor. All right. So when did the rise of the superwoman myth begin? The late 20s and the early 21st century. So like the media and the popular culture, they begin to romanticize the idea, y'all, the superwoman. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing to make this a black or white thing, especially with us black women. I ain't even gonna hold you. Lord forbid a black woman appear weak. Oof, she gonna get it. The culture gonna cancel her. Y'all know it. This term has been used to describe women who seemingly can do it all. High powered careers, immaculate homes, raising well adjusted children, maintaining social lives, all by looking effortlessly glamorous. Um, like women who could balance it all were celebrated, and it's become an aspirational image for many. And I can guarantee you, every single one of them categories I just named, if everything's great in them areas, oh, she about to break down. You gotta slack somewhere. You can't be perfect in all things. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That be that little show that. Never mind. Okay, back to the topic. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with the Mary Tyler Moore show. Modern portrayal on movies and social media. That's how it's kind of portrayed. Narrative of woman multitasking. It was elevated as a new standard. So the superwomen figure not only dominated cultural imagination, but it also seeped into society's expectations, which in turn pressure women to embrace the multitasking and deal with it in their own lives. And then if they're single, I don't know what's worse, if you're single doing it all or if you're with somebody and doing it all. And I done been in both positions. So I can't tell you which is worse, honestly, literally. So the unquestioned tone. They put all this on us, but nobody acts. I really hope. Mm-mm. Oh my gosh, I hope it did not. Mm-mm. I am so sick of that shit. There's no way. All right, let's talk about the unquestioned toll. You know, the part where they gave us the job, but they don't ask us the question. We. However, why multitasking is um, like a sign of productivity, independence, strength, the consequences of this, the idea is rarely discussed in mainstream conversations. Multitasking often leads to stress, burnout, exhaustion, which can go unnoticed in the pursuit of doing everything perfectly. So here's a few aspects of the toll multitasking takes on us women. Mental and emotional strain. So the research shows that multitasking is not as efficient as it seems. See, our brains were not wired to do multiple things. Ooh, oh, our brain was not wired to do multiple things at once effectively. Like seriously, we can only think one thought at a time. case you didn't know. Um, but for real, we should shift focus rapidly. Hold on. I'm sorry because this recorder keep looks like it's going to stop. Okay, I'm sorry. So our brains are not wired to do multiple things at one time, y'all, effectively. We can't even think more than one thought at a time. Um, so instead, we should shift focus rapidly, and this because it leads to cognitive overload, increased stress. So for women who often juggle the emotional labor of managing relationships, children, work, and social obligation, shit's overwhelming. I ain't gonna hold you. Been there, done that. So constantly switching between task and result in mental fatigue, leaving little room for emotional recovery, introspection. Women, we may feel guilty for not giving enough attention to any area of our lives, increasing the pressure. It's just so much. The physical health risk, stress from continuously multitasking. That can have severe physical repercussions. It can have chronic stress. It's also linked to a variety of health issues, high blood pressure, heart disease, a weakened immune system. So women are more likely to experience symptoms of stress such as insomnia, anxiety, headaches, which are often exacerbated by the pressure of fulfilling multiple roles simultaneously. You feel me? So the myth of doing it all also contributes to neglecting self-care. And with so many tasks at hand, prioritizing health, exercise, and rest often takes a backseat, sometimes even a trunk, leading to physical burnout. Okay? Now, the impact on personal professional relationships, man, this is the killer right here. This is sometimes what puts the nail in the coffin of relationships. Multitasking. That means your one's attention is divided, and this can affect the quality of your relationship. I'm telling you. Like, for example, a woman is working from home while also managing household tasks, might feel physically present with her family, but not mentally, not sexually with her mate. She might feel absent. Similarly, when women are expected to prove their worth in the workplace while still managing family responsibilities, the personal relationship may suffer from neglect. You know? The pressure to maintain high levels of performance in both professional and personal spheres of life can lead to feelings of resentment, dissatisfaction in relationships, further compounding the guilt of not meeting the expectations that society put out there. Then you got the lack of time for personal growth. Multitasking means less time for self-reflection, personal growth, pursuing individual passion. Women, we sacrifice a lot. We're expected to be caregivers, professionals, homemakers, social coordinators, doctors, leaders, teachers, but they leave little room for exploring our interests, hobbies, our deeper personal development. And over time, friends, this lack of personal fulfillment can lead to feelings of emptiness or loss of identity. Mhm. So the cultural norm versus reality. So, like in today's society, there's often a stark contrast between the idealized image of superwoman and the lived reality of most women. While multitasking is celebrated, the reality is that many women are experiencing the overwhelming burden of trying to meet unrealistic expectations. And the pressure can lead to anxiety, pervasive sense of inadequacy, and external appearance suggestion. hmm I mean, even when your external appearances suggest success. The hidden cost of having it all. So, the rise of multitasking women often ignores the fact that having it all comes at a very steep price, y'all. So, the ability to play the jester and juggle multiple roles doesn't account for emotional labor, the sacrifice of personal time, or the toll on mental and physical health. So, women's contribution in both the workplace and home are often undervalued, leading to burnout and disillusionment. Now, It's also a growing body of work that challenges this idea of the superwoman. Women are speaking out about their need for rest, support, and boundaries. The conversation is shifting towards recognizing the value of importance, rest, mental health. More women are rejecting the idea that they need to be constantly productive or perfect, and breaking the cycle, reclaiming the balance. So, guys, to break free from the overglorification of multitasking, society must begin to embrace a more balanced and holistic view of success. Include this will include acknowledging the importance of self care for sure, setting boundaries, and encouraging women to prioritize their well being without feeling guilty. Now, the conversation around work, life, and balance it evolved. There's also a movement towards redefining success for women. Success does not have to be defined by the ability to multitask and juggle it all. Instead, it can be measured how authentically a woman lives. It can be measured by how the quality of relationships she nurtures. And by the time she goes to breathe and exhale, you know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Mm. So that was just the the evolution. Now we're going to talk about um, the role that media, culture, and family structure reinforced with us women, the expectations. Early in the morning, I put breakfast at your table and make sure that your coffee has its sugar and cream. Remember that? I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you could lay down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only. That was Karen White. That's my mom's favorite song. Like when we was kids, because I used to sing that song. I sing my heart out. I used to think I was Karen White. Okay? All right. Back to the subject at hand. So, the role of media, culture, and family structure in reinforcing multitasking expectations for women. Now, the expectations placed on women to juggle multiple roles, careers, family, social life, and personal well being are deeply embedded in various layers of society. Media, culture, and family structures, man, they play a significant role in shaping and reinforcing some of these norms, often without question. Now, each of these domains help to solidify the idea that women should be capable of multitasking and excelling in all areas of life simultaneously without even acknowledging the cost or strain involved. But this generation that's coming up now, they are not playing no games. Okay? Listen, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to make them do nothing they don't want to do. You know, I'll be saying, like, we get down on this generation coming up for their lack of a lot of things. I'm not gonna point one boom 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 boom, but I said nobody passed them on the back for their for their stand up game. They have changed the game in a lot of areas of life. They changed the way you look at the work. They changed a lot. They standing up. You know, they fighting a good fight. They're not going with the flow, my friend. So I don't know. They might have something in store for you. I know. Oh gosh, when I was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, I was working at this call center now. It's an army, like army base there. It's a lot of married people out there, a lot of army, a lot of Marines, Navy, Army men, whatever you call them. I mean, I hate to say whatever you call them. A lot of Army men out there and their wives and stuff. A lot of them worked at the call center. I heard these women like, I'm not washing no clothes. I'm not. This one girl, what she say? She like, Yeah, he got upset because I told him I'm not washing no clothes. I'm not washing his clothes. She just going off, and I'm like, and it blew me. It blew me back for a minute because I'm thinking, really? He's over. He's working. He's in the army. He's doing all this thing. I mean, you gotta wash clothes anyway. You don't have no kids. There's nobody but you. You gotta wash clothes. Why won't you wash his clothes? And that's because that's the that's the role that was put on us. You know. And I was just like, I was blew back. I mean, she was dead ass. She was like, "How dare him?" And I'm like, "Is she serious?" Um, Not really judging her. I was just like shocked. You know, it ain't that deep, but I was very shocked. Okay, so the media, the multitasking expectations. That was that whole Superwoman image. I sung that little part of Karen White. If you guys want me to sing it, you gotta let me know in the comments or whatever. Um, let's see. Yeah, like that Superwoman, the movie. Man, we fell in love with Superwoman. Especially on the girls. I wanted a little Superwoman costume. My dad wasn't playing. He wasn't going for that. My dad was cheap. He ain't buying nothing extra. We ain't have no Halloween costume. We ain't have extra Halloween candy. We had we got Christmas and our shoes went to pick away. We had sprints and fitnesses. That's it. That's all. I mean, every time I went to go get shoes, it had sprints one time. We go back to get fitnesses. Y'all probably don't even know what them shoes are. All I wanted was a pair of Leases like everybody else. But no, not him. Okay, let's get back to this. So, we had shows like I Love Lucy, Mary Tyler Moore, figures like Sheryl Sandberg or Beyonce. There's all examples of women who seem to effortlessly, effortless, effortless, effortlessly manage their roles. I mean, I wouldn't say too much of Beyonce. Really, none of them. I'm gonna take that back because they might make it look easy and good, but we all know they got 1,000 names and stuff doing all the, you know. I mean, come on, who wouldn't? Uh, then the advertising and beauty standards, another thing. So we gotta look perfect too. You feel me? So women have to show up. They have to show up as a perfect mother. They have to be professional. They have to be great friends. They have to maintain an idealized beauty standard while performing all these flawless multitasking. That's a lot. See, the expectations is that women should look attractive, be career driven, care for the family, remain socially active, all while appearing to have everything under control. That shit's unrealistic. Come on. That standard contributes to a constant pressure to maintain a perfectly curated life, y'all. So pushing this narrative, the multitasking one, that is not just an ability, but it is an essential characteristic of a successful woman. That's the narrative. Social media influences, platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they magnifying the shit out of this by presenting filter versions of women's life, the reality of multitasking. Feeling overwhelmed, particularly burned out, is often hidden behind perfect images of women balancing work, children, self-care routines, influencers, bloggers, even everyday people perpetrate a culture of doing it all until I look on TikTok till I look on YouTube or the news or something and see that one of them women were unalived by that man that I'm like, come on, man. That's wild. That's crazy. Not that they doing that, but it's crazy because the way that the public or society might view this as gold couples, and the whole time we all going through the same thing. And I don't know when people are going to learn, but everybody seems to keep being taken aback when like the greatest couple on TikTok or something, and something happens or a breakup. I mean, you know, somebody show you something, you gotta believe it. So I don't know. It it just leaves little room for imperfections or rest. Making you feel like, oh gosh, they could do all that and still be. You know what I mean? One thing about me, guys, I'm always keep a 100. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna. Hey, look. You know. Can't learn nothing. You can't grow if you being something or somebody you're not. So, the cultural definition of success. Boom. In many cultures, women are expected to achieve success by fulfilling multiple roles. For example, in many Western societies, the definition of a successful woman, that's just tied to her ability to balance a career, family, maintaining a sense of style, grace, personal wellness, while looking beautiful, while looking like Beyonce. Um, this cultural expectation, it links women's worth to how efficiently they can multitask and fulfill roles, ignoring the underlying toll it takes on her mental and physical health. Okay. Whew. Then you got the gender expectations. So the norm is also dictated from the culture by certain expectations from a young age. The girls are often socialized to be caregivers, nurturers, organizers, while the boys are encouraged to pursue their personal ambitions without the same emphasis as caretaking as a woman has. So then, as a woman grow older, they may internalize the message that their worth is tied to how well they can perform these roles. You know what I mean? Um, the pressure to be everyone, everything to everybody. The perfect partner, the perfect parent, the successful career woman. This is ingrained in the person's sense of worth, and they feel inadequate. That they fail to meet these expectations. Um, I know I had a little something like I was tied to an emotion like that. Like if I wasn't doing things or giving, or if I wasn't providing value, maybe more money wise, then I wasn't valuable. Um, so yeah, skirt break. Guys, guess what? I just got a Red Bull and it is on and popping. It's cold. I'm about to get juiced up for the rest of this episode. Like I'm not already juiced. Okay. All right. So, where was I at? What was I talking about? Oh, about internalizing the message and associating with something that you internalize something and you feel your worth is tied to that. Okay. So the traditional family role. So that plays a role. Oh, that's the biggest role when it comes to multitasking, right? So in more traditional or conservative settings, um, the women in this role are really expected to do a lot. Seriously, it's kind of like in all cultures almost. I mean, I'm gonna say all. It was at some point it was like that. The burden of responsibility for domestic duties, child rearing, emotional labor, this falls disproportionately on the woman. Well, not the bra. The concept of the perfect mother who provides emotional, physical, and mentally for her children while still maintaining the household. That's still a dominant force in many cultures, y'all. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it a buck. Call it what it is. Um, Even in more progressive families, women may still feel the pull of these historical expectations. Um, Internalized expectations, the good wife, the good mother, the hidden impact, emotional labor burnout. You know what I mean? So, like, in conclusion, while the media, um, cultural norms, and family structures shape the current expectation placed on women to multitask, there really is a growing recognition of the negative toll these norms can have. Conversations around gender equality, work-life balance, self-care are pushing back against these expectations. I told this generation ain't playing. Um, so to truly support women, society needs to shift its narrative for sure. I'm acknowledging that woman's worth is not determined by her ability to perform multiple roles at once. Instead, success and fulfillment should be based on the woman's ability to create balanced, authentic life that allows rest, self-expression, well-being, and free from the weight of multitasking expectations. See, they ain't met nobody like me yet. Because I don't let society put expectations. We're going to get there. All right, guys. I am going to move to part two. I know that was lengthy. Y'all know I usually don't like making my episodes very long, but this has to be talked about. And in order to see where we headed, you gotta see where I'm coming from. Feel me? So we are going to everybody take their break. You feel me? Only take your break. I'm gonna take my little Red Bull break. And then I'm gonna come back, right back on you like boom. Oh no, for real, I'm gonna come back. I'm just gonna come back with my perspective. And then we're gonna check in and check out. I'll be back. You be back. No vaping, no smoking cigarettes. Yes, yes, friends, I am back like I never left. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Crystal's perspective. So, I'm offer a fresh perspective on why these expectations persist and how to push back. First of all, as we were going through and I was speaking, I was saying how it was probably internalized and you're emotionally attached to this. First of all, you have to find your self worth and your self value in yourself, right? Because if you feel like the only way value is the only way you are valued is through running yourself ragged, that's a problem. So the first thing we need to do is we need to really sit down. We need to identify our roles. What roles are we playing? Why are we doing it? Is it, you know what I mean? Can things be delegated? Do we have to do it? Is it necessary? Because honestly, if it's like say in a relationship, you feel like I got to do and be all these things for this, so this person can see me this way and they can see the value. Nah, look here. So I tell my daughter, if they don't want you around, get from around them. They gotta take you as you are, and you need somebody, find people in your life to help you balance out. Friends, make your children, your significant other. You don't have to take all them roles. No, um, when you at work and at home, really sit down and figure out: is this what I want to do in life with my job? Am I really burning myself out over something that I don't even really like or I don't see myself do? You know what I mean? Sit down and see what it is that you want as a woman in life. And then you create that space and you manifest that into your life. And you have that type of situation and people around you. So you can do that. You know what I mean? But if you're holding on to these ideals or internalizations that's not even really yours, that was really adopted by other people like your parents and shit like that. If you keep holding that, you're gonna keep attracting this into your life. So take some time to figure out, take some you time, figure out, hey, what? Okay, so I'm working, but somebody said I'm trying to do this, and then I come home and I'm this, and then everybody, and then we ain't doing that this year, not 2025. No, no, mm-mm. We sitting our butt down, and we're gonna figure out if we feeling that stress. We're gonna figure out what it is that's making us stressed out. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And how do we not do it? And then you ask yourself the questions until you listen, until you hear the answer. You just listen for the answer. If you ask yourself the question enough time, the answer will come. I can guarantee it. I have never asked a question that I really didn't want to know the answer to that I didn't get the answer to once I quiet my mind and listen. You are nobody's superwoman. If you were intended to be superwoman, you would all be flying around here and shit. Girl, I'm coming to get some shit. I'm gonna put my cape on and fly. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. No woman to do that. If you got children, you were meant to instill values, love your children unconditionally, raise them up to be adults. But as far as taking on their whole responsibility, taking on your spouse, doing all the work, no, no, don't stress yourself out because at the end of the day, if you fall, the whole cookie crumbles. Um, and how loyal are these people in your life. If you do, just sit down and figure out what it is that you want. And if you're okay with being a superwoman, baby, keep that cape on, do you. But if not, let it go. Tell- I'm done now. Like, especially, man, listen, let me tell you something. I know real life people who cannot even have a romantic relationship because of the duties. Seriously, like, they don't want to be touched. They don't want to be, the romantic is just, the romantic part of the relationship is just gone. At this point, it's comfortability. I love you, love me. I know a lot of couples like this. Fortunately for me, I'm not a couple. Um, and when I was, and I don't know how much you know about astrology, but I'm a Sagittarius moon. I am going to make sure I have my freedom. I'm going to make sure that I enjoy some part of something, you know. Now, years ago when I was married, I got married when I was 18. I mean, 21. Yeah, 21, and my husband was 29. Man, I'm telling you, the perfect little housewife. Because this is how I found value. If I did, because he was, first of all, he was 9 years older than me, so I was a little intimidated. I was intimidated by that. So I was thinking, okay, what value can I bring to him? Because he's making the money, he's doing this, he's doing that. There's got to be something that I can bring to this table at this age. You know, I was a husband. You know, I couldn't bring that to the table. You feel me? He was doing better than me there. So, okay, I know what I could do. I could make sure I'm cooking, cleaning it up, and I was cooking, cleaning, care for the kids. I mean, he would be right sitting beside me. You hear me? Nothing. Have to go to the store. My babies was 10 months apart. I would have to pull up at the store with both of them, and there was no way I was leaving them in the car. One time, I parked at the gas station, parked the car in the front. My oldest daughter, I have an oldest daughter. I have 5 children. My oldest daughter is 28 right now, so she was a nice age. My son jumped in the car, and boy, he was driving down the road. I was done. He was older, like not that much older, but just put it this way, that was the first only time. But other than that, I used to have to take them to the store when I'm pulling up the groceries. I lived on the third floor when I first had my apartment. I carrying the kids. It was just, I was Superman for sure. And he just was, kryptonite shit. Because all he did was cheat. Anyways, then like once I broke free from that, never again. Now, I was in relationships. I did my role. But I thought, but it wasn't because I felt like that was the only way I was bringing value, because I was bringing value. I was bringing myself. I'm I can make money. I can make things happen. If you fall short, I'm going to lift you up. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I've always done it. But I'm gonna get us back together. I'm gonna encourage you. You know, they say, let the man think. My One of my best friends told me this. The man is the head, right? The snake. Think of a snake. Let the man believe that he's the head of the house, and you're the neck, but the head can't move without the neck. You feel me? Everybody see the head. The head is all my runners, but without that neck, the head ain't nothing. So that's me. I could be the head too, but I'll be the neck. Nobody even know it. So I brought those type of values. Plus, man, I could cook Martha Stewart under the table. Now I'm a really good cook. I could clean. I'm going to do my part, but never, ever again to where I'm overwhelmed, where I need my friend, where there's no connection. I'm not going to let it affect my personal space, health, and peace of mind and all that. It's not worth it. We only live this lifetime. We only live once. I don't know about I do not believe in reincarnation coming back, but this lifetime, one time, I'm not killing myself, overexerting myself. You know, hell, I'd rather smoke a cigarette and croak than overexert myself. At least I was doing something I enjoy. You know, I don't smoke cigarettes. I guess I do. Okay, so yeah, yeah, lady, stop it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's what we're doing this year. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. And yeah, there was one more thing I want to say. Boop. Boom, boom. The truth. Really nothing else. Like women aren't born to be um, uh, shields for everyone else's comfort. The weight that we carry isn't a badge of honor. It's a signal to shift the balance. And I'm certain I'm not letting society put in any expectation about anything. Never been me. That's never been me. I've always been rebellious when it comes to that. I'm like Robin Hood, or the vigilante. I'm not rebellious to but I'm rebellious to authority. You know what I mean? Y'all go left, I'm going right. If I want to go right, but if I want to go left, I'll go left. But I'm not going left because everybody's going left. You know, that's just the way it is. So you can put them expectations on me if you want to, and you're going to be disappointed. I'm not going to feel sad. You're the one with the expectations, and not me. I'm not being smart. I mean, I am being sarcastic, but not to anyone. Yeah, you know what I am? Being in general sarcastic. Because nobody's going to put expectations on me. So yeah, I love you guys still. Okay, so let me ask this. What's one responsibility that you've taken on, not because you wanted to, but because you felt you had to? And tell me how that impacts your ability to focus on yourself. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's almost been a year. I need some comments. I need y'all to be, responding. I need y'all to be signing up to come on the podcast so we can have a real conversation. I know you got something you can help somebody with. I know you got something empowering for somebody. Come on. Let's talk about it. Mhm. Um, Anyways, guys, so go ahead and answer that question for me. And if you are on the YouTube page, subscribe, like, so everybody else can get their content. But listen, reclaim your balance, friends. Say no to tasks and roles that don't align with your priority. No. No is a complete sentence. Don't be afraid to share the load. Y'all delegate. Whether it's your partner, kids, co-workers, let others step up. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so prioritize self-care. Schedule time for yourself, guys. This is non-negotiable. And redefine success and what it means to you. And that means doing what matters most to you on your terms, y'all. No one else's. I'm so serious about that. I really want you to take your power back. I want us to take our power back as women. Um, so that's how I'm gonna conclude that. But before I go, by us is creations. I want to know. No, I'm just kidding. Before I go, y'all, creations by us. So. I know it's 2025, and best believe me. I say I don't do no resolutions. Intentions I do set. However, it is some new improvements and stuff with creations by us. So my website is down right now. I am in between building one maintenance, blah blah. However, that don't stop that one monkey don't stop no shine. Um, I've been doing websites since 2020. I swear. I feel like every year or every 6 months. Um, so anyways, Capricorn. It is Capricorn season, so I want everybody to give Capricorn a what's up. Give them a shout out. Shout out to the Caps, achievement, ambitious, hard work, theme related. Check out my TikTok shop. All Capricorn jewelry. Boom. Okay. Created by yours truly, handmade with intentions to raise vibration. If you're a Capricorn, go check it out. I'm doing sublimation mugs, personalized mugs. Just started, but I will be actually letting people actually customize their own, or like if you want to order prints, I'm gonna do those. But for right now, I'm just customizing them myself. So I made some Capricorn mugs. You know what it is. Check that out. In a TikTok shop, I think it's 10 or 50% off all Capricorn. And if you're a Capricorn and if you love tarot reading, only for the Capricorns, uh, I created zodiac spread with tarot and all Capricorns. from today up until the last day of Capricorn season, which is the 19th. $5 for the Capricorn Focus Zodiac spread. I have a Hype C profile, so I'll be sharing that. But either leave it in the comments or something if you don't see the link. And I believe that's all for right now. I do want to say thank you for those who are returning. Thank you for spending last year with me. And thank you for coming into the new year with me. And for those new ones, we are family. You better come back and see me. No, I'm just joking. But for real, guys, look. Remember to protect your energy like the Secret Service protect the president, but not John F. K. And remember, your energy is expensive. Be mindful how you use it. Okay, and thank you for using it with me. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Vibes Meet Elevation Podcast. Your girl Crystal is out like 2024. Catch me in the next episode. Namaste, my baby.